Okay, as promised, we're going to go into our interview with Mr. Anderson. Mr. Anderson is the head of the USA Karate Federation. He's a president also of the Pan American Union Karate Organization. He is a first vice president of the WUKO, which is the World Union of Karate Organization. This is just a few of his many, many accomplishments, and he's a person that we really respect and look up to, and it is really an honor to have him here, and he's going to impart some of his thoughts into what's happening in the world of karate and how it is moving. It has moved ahead even more since this interview, because it was done several months ago, that we are in a position more that karate will be coming into the Olympics like it should have its place, and that's what we all as martial artists believe in. So, Mr. George Anderson.
One of the things that's important to do is be able to unify ourselves to a common purpose. Every country has to unify towards the purpose of the competition, and all the spirits of the individual organizations have to come together as one for the competition of that country. And then internationally, all these groups have to come together so we only have one actual competition. We can't have 25 different kinds of karate. There's no question that the WUKO is the largest group, and weighing, again, largest, 40 million people. But there are these other organizations that have very good public relations devices, and they rob us of our ability to present a single mind. You know, remember if I'm going and I'm the vice president of the WUKO, and somebody else goes who's the vice president of another organization, there's just two men. I don't have the 40 million people of our organization in my pocket to show them. And they may not have the 10 people in their organization to show them. So man to man, we both appear equal, but organization-wise we're not. And since most people in the United States, for example, have never seen the international competition, they see a 500-person competition as a thing. They don't understand what WUKO is, and they don't understand how controls are placed on the karate that's practiced. For example, in the United States, I suppose it's possible to call yourself a 9th degree black belt anytime you want to. And overseas it's possible to do it too. The only trouble is they're not going to seat you at the table with the 9th degrees. They're going to seat you at the table with the guys that claim 9th degree, and the other 9th degrees, which there aren't any, of course, there's only 8th degrees, they're going to be sitting at the table with the important people doing important things. See, if you want to be important, do important things. If you want to be considered brave, do brave things. See, telling everybody you're brave and telling your people important or having people vote you importance is not really too good. In Chicago here, you know how you can feel real big? Go to kindergarten. Yeah. You know how you feel real small? Go to the Chicago Bears.
Right.
It depends what league you're playing in.
Is it America that has the most pull as far as getting it going?
No, America has no pull. Matter of fact, most countries don't think America is a major player in the Olympics at all. We provide all the financing, we provide all the funding from our television, we provide the market, but actually Americans are extraordinarily naive about foreign affairs. As a matter of fact, I think most Americans only speak one language. We can't even talk to these people. The Frenchman comes in, the people that really have the pull, and we can't even talk to them. We can't talk to them with ideas, and we can't talk to them with words. And what we really do is we walk around and strut with a lot of hubris and how important we are, and they look at us and they don't care.
Yeah. So, well, it's a thing that we hope to comes to pass, but I know it's a rough road. But I really respect what you're doing and what you've done with the organization, and I think if it continues, I'm sure we'll be there someday.
Well, you know, America is the toughest country in the world. We have a tremendous advantage. We're tremendously powerful, strong people, and strong-willed, and we can have the ability to change. We have everything going for us. There's only one thing that's standing in the way of our operation. That's a colossal ignorance of the state of the world of karate today. The people are just extraordinarily ignorant. They don't have the vaguest idea of what's going on. This America, really, because of the great goal of absolute individualism, the individual is more important, we have a country of individuals. We do not have a country with unified mind. We're getting that way, and we're approaching, and I think the people who've been working with the Federation feel that way too. But let me tell the karate people that with the unified mind, Taekwondo had $1 million developmental money last year, and the karate had $0 developmental money last year, and if that goes on too long, I can tell you that the karate are going to be hard put to maintain the status that they have in the industrial community or in the institutional communities.
that be changed? Can you see any way to change it? You know, can we get the money for the karate? Is that possible? Is it?
Well, you have to present a unified face. You know, Coca-Cola sells a lot of Coke, but if you started building Coke from your backyard or some soft drink, you probably couldn't sell very much. So when you go to the big sponsors, it's absolutely necessary to have a lot of names and a lot of membership and a lot of things like that. And if you're real small, they won't talk to you. If you're really big, they will. Besides that, the Olympic Committee is about absorb all the possible sponsorships. So the goal is to belong to the Olympic Committee and take a part of the sponsorship money that they get, take their developmental funds. Because today, if you're an individual sport, it's very, very difficult to get funded. Unless, of course, you're triathlon or water skiing or something like that that has that kind of, the good-looking girls around in bathing suits.
That helps out, right?
But you know, for your other people, I just got done watching this Greek demonstration out here, and I can tell you that the open demonstration the Greeks did is probably more appealing to the general public than what we're doing. As a matter of fact, I would say that karate could be said that you sit and watch and watch and watch, and then the minute something interesting starts to happen, the referee stops it.
Yeah.
See, instead of letting the interesting thing go on, everybody thinks they stop it. When something, then the referee says something Japanese, blah, 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 nobody knows what he's talking about, and the guy that got hit gets the point. You see, so nobody can understand what's going on. If I were to bring a woman here or a man here that's never seen it before, they couldn't figure out what we're doing.
Right, there's not enough really explanation of how to...
Well, what we're really doing, we're talking to ourselves, and we have the idea that because we talk to ourselves intelligently, everybody else can figure out what we're trying to say. You see, this is a really major thing. You know, I saw this movie, Miss Saigon. You understand the idea. And this guy went to Vietnam, from Chicago actually. He went to Vietnam and he fell in love with this girl, and then he had to leave Vietnam and left the girl behind. He came here to Chicago and then he got married. And then he found out that he had a son in Vietnam, and he went there to wrestle for it, wrestle with the situation. And I thought, boy, Mr. Holman, I thought it'd be really simple for the karate people, you know? We'd use our famous principle there, wouldn't we? I would have thought that that child would be my father's grandson, and my responsibilities are that, you see.
Right.
And we try to think that we're protecting something with the family here, and the responsibility beside ourselves. The goal is not to get rich and famous for us. It's to make sure that this is the karate, our way of doing things, this great way of helping people, is institutionalized. It's in the universities, in the schools, and it's available to everybody. It's not just in some corner place taught by this guy that's had 5 assault and battery suits, or somebody who just likes to fight. You see, so what we have to do is make ourselves to talk in a language that other people understand and have a universal mind, and only then can other people understand us and can they adopt us into their organizations. And that's the only way that we can get the funding, and the only way we can go to international competition.
Well, I'm really looking forward to that, and I hope we can do that real soon.
Oh, I think we can. I think we're doing it. We certainly have the power, but I think if we can get that message out to everybody, that the thing would have been done. But if the United States wants to do it, that won't work. The United States is a very small player in the things.
How about the Japanese?
They're a very small player too. They're a great big player, the Europeans.
The European,
Well, yeah, we've got the European common market. Where's our common market? What, between Indiana and Ohio? We have a common market there.
Yeah, that's about it.
That's about it, yeah. See, so the thing is that what we really have to really make our mind clear of what we're trying to do, and get our goals completely set, and realize that if we keep cutting and we keep splintering things, you can't bring them together. We have people here that want a personal advantage. And so everything they do, they try to get a personal advantage. They're not working on behalf of anything outside of their personal advantage. And the notoriety they get with it. You know, it's wonderful to be a karate instructor. A karate instructor, immediately, you're, as I said earlier, you're a sociologist. You get to lecture on sociology. If you're a karate instructor, you get to lecture on psychology. As a matter of fact, most karate instructors probably think they're marriage counselors, even though a lot of them have 5, 6 divorces, you know.
Yeah. That's true.
You know, so you get the point. So the thing is that we have to really be professional in our approach to this thing, and we have to keep a common mind and work together and talk. But I think I like what you've done with your child, and I think he's a really good fighter, and that's the kind of people we need to produce. And they need to get the message out.
Okay, well, in my small area, I'm going to keep working, and we really respect and really appreciate what you're doing, and hope we can all work together and make this goal a success in the future.
We're the 5th largest sport in the world, but if you ask most people what karate is, they don't have the vaguest idea.
Yeah.
They come down to study karate. The very first thing they want to do is learn some grips.
Right. You want to learn everything in 2 moves.
Well,
they
there's some
got it,
grips, yeah. So the guy says I went to study karate. He does practice karate. He practices with his Korean instructor down the street.
Yeah.
And they practice throwing each other. And I think, oh boy, you know, that's how clear our message is. And I might say that I'm guilty of that too. But we have to get this thing together. And don't underestimate how powerful these federations are. In Mexico, for example, there are 87,000 people practicing the same day or competing the same day. The federations in Turkey are almost 3 million people. It's more important than actually soccer in the country. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you very much.